Bing bong, the season's dead. The Knicks season has gone from bad to worse. And after New York's strong end to last season, fans were excited heading into this year, but, well, they've been left with the same old Knicks. Here to help us figure out what has happened is New York Post's Mike Vaccaro. And Mike, every New York fan out there right now is shaking their head and they're thinking to themselves, how did we get here? So what exactly happened?
Well, look, I think we all knew that the Eastern Conference was going to be a lot stronger, a lot deeper this year. So even if the Knicks had played as well as they played last year, and they played very well last year, it was going to be hard for them to finish as high as they did last year, which was fourth. But what we found about the Eastern Conference is every bit as deep as we thought it would be, and the Knicks just haven't played nearly as well. The players haven't played as well. There have been some injuries. Losing Derrick Rose was a huge deal. Look, Julius Randle was a discovery last year. He hasn't been nearly as good as he was. And Tom Thibodeau, speaking frankly, who was coach of the year last year, he really hasn't had nearly as good a year as he had last year either.
All right, well, the people like to point fingers on social media. So in your opinion, who or what is to blame about this season?
Look, I think primarily you have to look at Julius, whether that's fair or unfair. He still puts up nice numbers. But last year, he wasn't just a great player, but he was a spark behind everything. He was a great leader. The team really followed him behind him with everything he did. And he rarely had an off series of games, really, until the playoffs against Atlanta. And he's been up and down this year, and I think the team has followed that. And frankly, look, I think Tom Thibodeau, we all knew he was a guy who was going to be a very stubborn coach, stuck in his ways, wanted to play with veterans, wanted to play with defense-first players. That's come at the expense, I think, of some development of the younger players. And I just think they've just never meshed. And I think that over the course of a long NBA season, that becomes evident.
Yeah, and I hate to look ahead to next season, especially with the playoffs right around the corner, but can the Knicks rebound next season?
They can, but it's not just a simple fix. I mean, I think a lot of people, Julius Randle didn't play against the Hawks yesterday, and I think a lot of people were hoping that maybe that would show people that, they'd be better off without Julius. Well, you know what, they looked a lot like they looked with Julius without him last night. So I think it just underscores that there's so much that they need to do. They need a point guard on this team, a young point guard, so that Derrick Rose, when he comes back, can only has to play 25 or so minutes. They have in R.J. Barrett, I think a definite foundational player. They really need to figure out what they want to do with Julius, though. If he can return a haul, you certainly have to consider that in the offseason, I think.
They need to figure things out and figure it out fast. Mike Vaccaro, thank you for that inside scoop.
Great talking to you.